Hi students, welcome to my online class. Today I am going to take up the third chapter of your NCERT textbook, that is human reproduction, and under this topic we shall be discussing today the events and structures of menstrual cycle. That is, what are the events taking place during menstrual cycle. And here I would like to tell you that in my last class I have dealt with the structures and events of the female gametogenesis, that is the oogenesis. I hope you have got a very clear concept, because this subtopic is slightly related with this previous subtopic. So let me go in detail about the menstrual cycle, but before I go in the event, let me tell you what is menstrual cycle. See, when in case of the primates, the female primate including the monkey, ape and human being, when a female reaches to the age of puberty, the reproductive phases, reproductive events repeats in a cyclic manner, on an average of 28 days to 29 days cycle. That means to start the one cycle, ultimately it will end up at the gap of 28 days, then or 29 days, then the next cycle will start. So this repeated cyclic periodic event, this repeated cyclic reproductive event of human female, here we call menstrual cycle. Is that clear to you? And at the onset of puberty, the first very instance of starting the menstrual cycle, we called it as menarche. The starting or onset of menstrual cycle in a female. This is what we call menarche. Now, before we discuss the events, let me draw a sketch so that a very clear concept you can get. If I explain the whole event with the help of this simple sketch, dividing it into a mid part or a midline, say this is first day 1, 2 days alternative I am writing here, 3, 5, a little more gap we can put, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17th day, 19, 21st, 23rd, 25th, 27th and 29th. Starting from first day, if it is a 28 or 20, say here is a 28, 28 or 29 days repeated cycle. If we classify it, this first to fifth day, then next from here to here, then next here to here. So this first to fifth day of the menstrual cycle, which repeats in a cyclic manner of 28 to 29 days repeated cycle, the first to fifth day, we call it as menstrual phase. Menstrual phase. Little lack of space, so menstrual phase. Menstrual phase. This phase, we can say follicular phase, this is called luteal, luteal phase, and then next event, next cycle at the end of 29 or 28 days. Now, here are the events. This is the phase. This is the phase-wise distribution. Here the event, if I distribute into 4 columns, say if this is the uterine event, this is the ovarian hormone level. If this is the ovarian event, this is the pituitary hormone level. So let me rub this part. Pituitary hormone level. So the phases we have categorized in the x-axis in this way: menstrual phase, follicular phase, luteal phase, and then at the end of luteal phase, almost 28 days or 29 days, the next cycle starts. And y-axis, if we divide it in 4 different events, we can divide. That is the uterine event, then ovarian hormone level, ovarian event, and this is the pituitary hormone level. So what happens? From the first very day when a new menstrual cycle starts, there is a disintegration of the endometrial wall of ovary, which causes the rupture of blood vessels along with the inner endometrial wall of ovary. As a result of that, along with blood, the endometrial disintegrated membrane, endometrial wall of ovary started coming out in the form of blood flow. this is what we call as menstruation. So this is the endometrial wall. Suppose I am drawing the endometrial wall, started disintegration, maximum disintegration till the continuation of the menstruation. That is, from these are the blood vessels, ruptured blood vessels here. Here the menstrual flow taking place. This is I am showing the menstrual flow with the help of this shaded diagram. This is the menstrual flow. Now it continues up to 5th day on an average. Then the endometrial wall starts rejuvenation, this regaining, new renewing of endometrial wall takes place. So renewing we can show in that way. Further renewing of endometrial wall, further the endometrial wall is now renewing. Renewing, and then again starts disintegration due to lack of fertilization, which further initiate the next level. So let me draw the blood vessels. These are the blood vessels. These are the blood vessels present in the endometrial wall. These are the blood vessels. So if I rub this lining, which I have demarcated, so this is the almost sketch of the endometrial wall position. Yes. So from the onset of menstruation in the menstrual cycle, the endometrial wall starts disintegration. The ruptured endometrial wall along with the blood vessels, ruptured blood vessels, which causes the flow of blood along with the endometrial disintegrated endometrial wall in the form of a menstrual fluid, or called, this phenomenon is called menstruation. This continues up to 5th day. Then the endometrium starts regaining proliferation. That is what we call proliferation. Further proliferation. By that time, why it is proliferating? So that if fertilization is taking place, the fertilized ovum, which will form zygote, this zygote, when it will undergo blastosis, it has to implant within the endometrium. That is why it is proliferating. But when it finds that there is no such fertilization takes place, again it started regression. It started, and at the end of 29th day, again it will break. The endometrial wall will break. Endometrial wall covering will break. Is that clear? So this is the uterine event. Now, along with the endometrial level, there are endometrial the disintegration or rejuvenation or formation. If we plot the ovarian hormone, as we have already studied previously, there are two important hormones. One is called estrogen other is called progesterone. These two hormones are released, but where from they are released? So before I give you the detailed idea about ovarian hormone level, better then I shall discuss first the ovarian event, so that it can be very clear to you the level of the hormones of ovary. So if I demarcate like this and slightly shift this position to here so as to make more space. So let me first cover up the ovarian event. What are those events taking place inside the ovary during the menstrual cycle? At the onset of menstruation, the primordial follicle, that is why we have taken up this topic after the oogenesis. So in that oogenesis we have read the primordial follicle will now convert into a primary follicle. Why and how? By covering the primary site with a layer of granulosa cell. These are the granulosa cell. So this is the primary follicle. So I am writing short PRI follicle. FOLL short. You can understand because you have already read this primary follicle. Then further layer of granulosa cell will develop and the primary follicle will convert into, tell me, already you have discussed in previous lesson. Primary follicle will cover by more layer of granulosa cell and now it will convert into secondary follicle. So carefully observe the follicular phases. What are the events taking place during follicular phases? That is inside the ovary. That is what we call as ovarian event. Ovarian event. See, more layer of granulosa cell and inside there is a primary site. So now it is called a secondary follicle. Secondary follicle. Now secondary follicle will convert into mature Graafian follicle, comparatively mature Graafian follicle called tertiary follicle. So this is the tertiary follicle. Where a fluid filled cavity develops around it. This fluid filled cavity, what you call as antrum. So this is the fluid filled cavity developed inside. Now it is the tertiary follicle. It is the tertiary follicle. This is the fluid filled cavity antrum, and now it is the tertiary follicle. Tertiary follicle will convert into a mature follicle, fully matured follicle, what we have called in our previous topic, subtopic, that mature follicle, what you call as Graafian follicle. So once it is converted into Graafian follicle, then the Graafian follicle will rupture. When it will rupture? Almost at the mid means 14 to 15, if I demarcate this, in the midway of the menstrual cycle, around 14 to 15 day of the menstrual cycle. Say this is the ruptured Graafian follicle I am showing here, which is having a granulosa cell and the secondary oocyte released when at the 14th day. Nearly. When the secondary oocyte released by the rupturing of this follicle is called Graafian follicle. So let me write here Graafian follicle. Graafian follicle. Now once the secondary oocyte released the Graafian follicle, the remaining content of this Graafian follicle changes into a structure called as, very carefully you notice this structure. How to draw? Very simple. This structure we call corpus luteum. Corpus luteum. Corpus luteum. So when the corpus luteum form, after the release of secondary oocyte or after the ovulation, when the ovulation takes place at the midway of the menstrual cycle, almost 14th or say 14th to 15th day, when the mature Graafian follicle burst, releases the secondary oocyte. This phenomenon what we call as ovulation, and after ovulation the remaining content of this tertiary follicle, now remaining content of the tertiary or better to say Graafian follicle, the remaining content of the Graafian follicle converted into a structure called as corpus luteum. This corpus, if by that time there is no fertilization takes place, fertilization of the secondary oocyte, then the corpus luteum will further become smaller and smaller towards its disintegration. So corpus luteum now becoming smaller in size. That is what we call regression. It is becoming smaller in size. You can see here. And further it will become smaller. So these are the various stages of corpus luteum. Is that very clear to you? So what are the events taking place in the ovary? Primordial follicle getting converted into primary follicle getting converted into secondary follicle getting converted into tertiary follicle when further granulosa cell develops, a fluid filled cavity develops inside this tertiary follicle getting converted into this is the tertiary follicle. Now further maturation called this follicle called as Graafian follicle, and at the mid of the menstrual cycle the Graafian follicle ruptures. As a rupturing of this Graafian follicle, the secondary oocyte released. This phenomenon we called ovulation, and after ovulation the remaining content of the Graafian follicle changes into a structure called corpus luteum. Corpus luteum further starts disintegration if there is, remember, if there is no fertilization takes place. Is that clear? Now, simultaneously, what are the changes of the ovarian hormone? Very carefully you notice and correlate. The follicular phase, these are the follicular phases, these are the luteal phase, follicular phase, I have written here follicular phase, these are the luteal phase. Now, let me rub this part slightly so that I can show you the change of ovarian hormone level. Suppose Suppose this is the level of estrogen hormone. Estrogen hormone with, see the changes, see the graph. The estrogen hormone, slightly the level increases and become maximum at the middle of the menstrual cycle, that is almost 14 to 15 days, and then further the level declines, slightly increase and then further declines. Why the level? This is estrogen. Why the level of estrogen hormone increases with the conversion of primordial follicle to primary, primary to secondary, secondary to tertiary, and then Graafian follicle, and then why further decrease? Because it is the follicle, various stages of follicle, which releases this hormone estrogen. Where does this follicle present? Within the ovarian stroma. So it is this follicle releases the estrogen hormone, and the level of the follicle determines the amount of the estrogen hormone secreted. When it is in primary follicle, the amount of estrogen hormone was less, secondary follicle little more, tertiary follicle little more, Graafian follicle little more, and highest level reaches to the mid, that is just before ovulation. And then when it ruptures and Graafian follicle converts into corpus luteum, as there is no Graafian follicle now, there is no follicle now, so again the level starts decreasing. Now, what is the level of progesterone hormone? Progesterone hormone, see, if I demark this is the level of progesterone hormone, it is going almost flat, and at the midway, you see, the moment the Graafian follicle burst and convert into corpus luteum, the level of the progesterone hormone now increases and further again decreases with the. Why the level of progesterone hormone increases? This is the progesterone. Now, why the level of progesterone hormone was earlier very less? Because of there was no Graafian follicle, there was no corpus luteum here. But with the formation of corpus luteum, the level of progesterone hormone increases. What does it indicate? It indicates that it is the corpus luteum which secretes the progesterone hormone. Is that very clear? Now, as the corpus luteum further disintegrates, becoming smaller, that is why the level of progesterone hormone further declines. Now, what is the role of this progesterone hormone? It is very important to maintain the pregnancy, to form the endometrium, which is very important if there is implantation and mother has to become pregnant, and thus the blastocyst has to facilitate the process of implantation. That means the whole process of pregnancy is maintained by the release of hormone from the corpus luteum, and that is the progesterone hormone. Is that very clear? How the level of estrogen increases and further decreases? Why the level of progesterone hormone gradually increases, reaches to the peak with the formation of corpus luteum, and when the corpus luteum starts breaking, becoming small in size, then again further declines. Is it very clear? So, 3 stages we have covered. Now, the final peak stage, that is what we call pituitary hormone level. With the progression of this follicular phase, we will see a change in the phase of the level of pituitary hormone also. This is the level of the pituitary hormone. Pituitary hormone are of 2 types. One is LH. LH. So this is, I am showing the level of LH hormone. LH hormone. Another hormone is there, FSH. So LH, let me write here. This is LH. LH. Another hormone called FSH. This is the FSH hormone. This level also starts increasing and reaches at the peak. This is called FSH. So you can see the level of LH hormone with the formation of primordial follicle to primary, primary to secondary, secondary to tertiary, the LH hormone level also increases. That means there are, and FSH hormone level also increases. That means there is a straight cut role of conversion of primordial follicle to primary follicle, primary to secondary follicle, secondary to tertiary, tertiary to Graafian follicle. That means this maturation of this follicle is guided by the level of hormone of LH and FSH, luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone. Where from these two hormones secreted? It is secreted from the anterior pituitary gland. Is that clear? At the mid of the menstrual cycle, the level of LH hormone reaches to peak. See the graph. LH hormone level reaches to peak more than FSH. This is what you call LH surge. This LH surge is very important to reach to a peak level. Why? It is this LH surge which will stimulate the breakdown of mature Graafian follicle. That is true. For the rupturing of Graafian follicle, it is this level of hormone LH surge is stimulating. As a result, the Graafian follicle ruptures and the ovulation takes place. So I hope I could give you a very clear concept about the events of uterus, the events of ovary, the various phases, menstrual phase, the follicular phase, the luteal phase, and the next phase when it starts. So when there is no fertilization, then again the corpus luteum will break, further disintegrate. It will proceed to the next cycle. And in this way, this cyclic event, what you call menstrual cycle, will continue. How long it will continue? On an average, for a healthy female, up to the age of 48 to 50 years. After that, the menstrual cycle will totally stop. This is the demarcation of the end of the reproductive life of a human female. The stoppage of menstrual cycle at the age of 48 or 50 is called menopause. Is that very clear? So onset of menstrual cycle, menarche, and end of menstrual cycle, menopause. Menarche starts at on an average of 12 to 13 years. Menopause, that is end of reproductive cycle, end of menstrual cycle, at the age of on an average 48 to 50 years. What are the events taking place? The events I have explained with the help of sketches. I suppose you got a very clear concept. Till then, bye.